Three things you need to check while doing synchronizing of generators. Hi, my name is Hasten Dias and you're at Basic Marine Engineering. Today let's discuss about synchronizing of generators. Please watch the video till the end because I'm going to tell you something which will help you in avoiding mistakes. Okay, so please watch till the end. So first of all, let's start with synchronizing. The three things which are required most importantly I will say is you have to check voltage, you have to check frequency, you have to check the phase angle, and also I will add to it phase sequence. Okay, these are the things which are very important. Even though when we say this nowadays synchronizing is happening everything in auto, but we do have to know how to do it. Many a times there might be something wrong with the system and you have to do yourself manually, or you might have to sail on a ship which is completely manual and there you might have to do manually. So it's always better to know things well in advance. Okay, so first of all, as I was telling you, voltage, when you're checking voltage normally remains same, and the AVR is doing its very best job in making sure that the voltage remains constant. But still it's good that you check that you have the 440 volts on both the generators, the one which is there on the bus bar and one which is there on the incoming generator. It might be whichever generator, number 1, number 2, number 3, whichever is the incoming generator, that is the one which you have just started, which you want to connect with the bus bar. So this is very important. Secondly is the frequency. When I say frequency has to be same, technically yes, it has to be same, but while synchronizing you will always try to keep slightly higher. Like if I say on chip we require 60 hertz, now that doesn't mean we will keep exactly 60 hertz. Okay, so frequency has to be checked, and lastly phase angle and phase sequence, which has been checked with the help of a synchroscope. Now when we are doing this, when we try to check all these things, we know when the synchroscope is rotating and it is rotating, it has to rotate in clockwise direction. It can rotate in any direction. Suppose it is rotating anti-clockwise, we know that the frequency of the incoming generator is less, so then you have to adjust the frequency and try to bring it slightly higher. When it is slightly higher, when you realize if the bus bar frequency is 60 hertz and if your incoming generator is slightly higher, 60.5 maybe, then you will have the synchroscope rotating clockwise, and when it reaches to 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock position, when the pointer is between 11 o'clock and 12 o'clock position, that is the time when the phase angle and the phase sequence is matching. So what you have to do is, that is the time you will connect the breaker or you will close the breaker. Okay, so when you close the breaker it will get connected with the bus bar, and that is how your synchronizing has been done. So to understand this, let's go and see on the panel how it will look.
First, before starting, you have to check all the oils, then check the parameters after starting the engine. Then you check for running conditions, check everything, and then you come up. By the time you come up, you either check for turbulent temperature. If it is given here, around 150 degrees it should be there. Or you wait for around 10-15 minutes. Now for synchronizing two generators, this is called a synchroscope. This is another method of synchronizing. This is one method. Then there will be another thing called synchro select. Basically what it is, now it is an off condition. Let's assume number 2 is running and we have just started number 3. And we want to put number 3 on load. So what we do, we select number 3. When we select number 3, what it does is synchroscope comes into picture. It will compare with bus bar and number 3. This synchroscope, usually what is there, one pointer is there, pointer rotates. But here the lights will start blinking. So same thing. Now what happens, it will start rotating. If it's rotating anti-clockwise, that means your incoming generator frequency is less. So you can increase. How to increase? Governor control. Numbering is there, number 3. This is for number 3 only. You shouldn't touch number 1 and number 2. Why? Because you want to put number 3 on load. Number 3 is the incoming generator. So you will adjust. Theoretically speaking, it is supposed to be same. But while synchronizing, the frequency should be slightly higher. So you will give it slightly higher. When it is slightly higher, it will start rotating clockwise. Now it shouldn't be very fast also. Why it shouldn't be very fast? Suppose it's very fast. Our goal is to put the breaker on, ACB close. Close meaning it is engaged. Open meaning it's open. So it will not be connected with the bus bar. When it say close, when we say ACB is close, it is connected with the bus bar. So our goal is from 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock, we are supposed to press ACB close. Then the ACB will close and the generator will come on bus bar. So till 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock, between this time, if it is very fast, earlier I was saying it shouldn't be very fast. If it is very fast, what will happen? You have seen it, 11 o'clock. By the time you go to press, it has already crossed. It shouldn't be very slow. Now suppose it is turning very slow. Why shouldn't it be very slow? Now you reached to 11 o'clock and suddenly you went to close and suddenly compressor was running, it got cut off. We did anti-clockwise. So again in that condition, it's not right. So it should be clockwise in a very slow and normal speed, not extremely slow. Before closing the breaker, make sure you wait for one rotation. Now suppose you saw it is rotating clockwise. Wait for it. Let it go and come again. Close the breaker. Everything is proper. What will happen? You can see the kilowatt. This breaker is of number 2 generator. Number 3. What will happen? This will be suppose 200 kilowatt. This will be around 10 or 15. Then what you do? You adjust. Now this governor control, when I was telling you have to adjust earlier, adjusting is like this. Very slow. And for short time, very short time. You cannot keep it like this only. This governor control is basically controlling your governor motor, which is on the governor. Now, number 2 is having higher load. Number 3 is having very less load. So you raise off number 3 and you lower off number 2. But you do it together. Understood? Yes, sir. Till it matches. Then when you want to do it, if you want to offload, suppose, let's assume you want to offload the generator. Now your load requirements are over. You don't want to run anything more. Your load has come down, you've stopped your ballast pump or whatever it is. You have stopped. And now you want to stop number 3. Again you will do the same thing. What you want to do, basically you want to stop. You cannot directly open the ACB. So you will raise load on this. So now you will do ulta. You will raise number 2, lower number 3. Again in the same pattern. Till you get around 20-30 kilowatt. When you reach 20-30 kilowatt, then you press ACB open of number 3. Make sure you are only touching number 3.
Okay, I hope you have understood. The important thing which you have to remember, here is that while synchronizing, when the pointer starts moving on, the light starts flashing, we are always in a hurry. Don't be in a hurry. I would suggest wait 1 or 2 times. When I say 1 or 2 times, is wait for the pointer to rotate 1 or 2 times. Now, I have mentioned it earlier also, many a times in synchronizing ourselves, our actions, that is when I want to press the breaker, that is the time I make a mistake. Whenever you're doing this first time, or first few times, you will always be nervous, and that is the time what you will be doing is you'll be looking at the pointer, and when you're looking at the pointer, you will wait for the pointer to reach. And when you see the pointer, when it is reached at 11 o'clock, then you will search for the breaker to close, or you might reach to the breaker open position, and by the time you do, so somewhere there you will make some delays. And also, what I will say, once you allow the pointer to rotate freely, allow it to rotate, you see yourself and try to feel that speed of that pointer. So when you do that 1 or 2 times, when you allow the pointer to rotate, take 1 rotations, that is the time you will able to synchronize yourself very well, and you will not be in a hurry. And whenever you are pressing, you'll be pressing exactly between 11 to 12. So that will be one of the key points that you should do while you're synchronizing. Secondly, whenever you're synchronizing, don't try to adjust the frequency or balance the load very very fast. Many a times people don't understand that when you try to do this, there is a possibility that the governor might not react properly, and you might have some issues when you're trying to do it very very fast. Fourthly, make sure that your racks are lubricated very well, and they are maintained very well, clean condition. They are not, racks are not getting stuck into the pump. That is a time, if those are not very very free and they are getting stuck, then also you can have problem while doing synchronizing. Because whenever you're trying to increase the frequency, it is not able to adjust because the linkages are not free, or they are not very maintained well. So make sure you follow those things, and I'm sure you'll be able to do it very nicely. till my next video, best of luck. Try to share this video. Please like, do comment where you find what was the thing which you do not know. Mention it down, mention synchronizing, and if I have missed out anything, do write down. Thank you. Till my next video, best of luck. Be safe and take care.